now we're streaming. We're live.
Alright.
Alright, Mowing, so, what would you have to put your pick on for this game, and why? Personally,
So,
myself, I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna go for Nebraska, and I wanna hear your opinion about this.
I might have to disagree with you on that. I'm going to have to say that Missouri's going to win the game, simply because now I see that that Sir TG has put in chat the members Missouri. They have a great combo of, and what I think is going to be the most powerful connection of this game, Landon to Sir TG. That's very good. Quarterback is very good at throwing dimes. Sir TG is very good at getting those burns, very good at getting into open space. What are your thoughts on this?
I think that this game is ultimately down to the better receiving core, and I see that as Nebraska. And they have Vietsnika, who is a good quarterback as well. He's not a bad quarterback. So personally,
Maryland. Nico's actually on Maryland. I've checked.
you did?
Yeah.
Well, who's Nebraska's quarterback?
I'm not sure who that's going to be. It'll be interesting to see.
It'll be interesting to see who their quarterback is, but the thing about this all is that I'd say that Nebraska has the better receiving core.
They do have a slightly better receiving core, but
Not slightly, they're just overall have a better receiving core.
guess so. Oh, and now it looks like that Missouri might need a. Oh no. Missouri's going to need walk-ons. Sir TG and Landon aren't at home. So I might have to change my perspective on this. I might have to say that now that Nebraska's going to win this game, because it's either going to be a forfeit win, Nebraska, or
Nebraska's winning this
just
game.
a win, Nebraska. Nebraska's winning this game now that Landon and Sir TG aren't going to be there.
That's not even why. They were going to win this game anyway.
I'm not so sure. I think it would have been a great primetime game had Missouri's two main players shown up, but I don't know. It'll
I
still
knew
be
who was
interesting
going
to
to
see
win the
like
game. I mean, it's pretty
who their
obvious who's
walk-ons
going to
are
win
going
the
to
game.
be. I think at this point it's a very fair point to say that Nebraska is going to come out on top, seeing as the top two players from Missouri are going to miss the game from non-injury related issues.
Interesting. The only problem with this is that they're still not a bad team. Like, Missouri's not a bad team, but Nebraska's winning the game.
Missouri without Sir TG and Landon, I'm not so sure how that team would be, if I'm being fully honest. They aren't their whole team, but they are a very, very big part of it. They make such an impact to Missouri.
They're basically the whole team, in my opinion.
If that team didn't have Landon or Sir TG, then that team would be absolute garbage. That team might forfeit every game because their other players might not even come.
I mean, I don't feel like Bobby Boucher could really hold off that many people. And then just with their other teammates, they're mediocre.
And the thing about Rainy Knights, it's simple. He's only a decent route runner, and he's not a dogger by any shape or form.
Rainy Knights, you have to give respect to him. He's a great player. He can dog. He can. He could dog most players in this league, and he has mediocre routes. So that's actually going to be one of the key points of this game, actually.
That's only because Sir TG is not going to be here. But anyways, we'll see how he does in this game. We'll see who's right about Rainy Knights.
Not even that. He's just a good player.
That is true.
So I'm going to have to disagree with you on that completely.
Well, I guess until the game starts, we'll have to see. So Sir TG might actually be joining in the middle of the game. That might just be the turn that Missouri needs.
You think that that's going to lock in the win?
I do not, but I think that could make them stand a chance. But here's the thing: you have to remember, with the absence of Landon, it may come to who's gonna QB for Missouri. That's my ultimate worry. Because I'm sure if they have a good backup QB, there's nothing they have to worry about. But Landon is hard to replace.
No,
He's a great dimer.
I think it has something to deal with this game completely, because without Landon as their quarterback, they might have a better decision maker. Because the thing about Landon is that whenever he's pressured, he's going to get sacked or fold under pressure. Because not only does he sell under pressure, he's also extremely laggy, where sometimes he can't communicate with his teammates in VC. And then on top of that, he's going to get flustered and he's just going to lob it up to anybody on the field, and that's going to cause an interception. So possibly that backup quarterback might be better, because he'll be able to make that decision making to make a good play, or to throw it to the right
Doubt
receiver
it.
that's open.
I completely disagree on that one. In no case is the backup going to be better than that of the starter,
It can
in
happen
my
all the
personal
time,
opinion.
actually. Happens a lot. That's how backup quarterbacks get their head in the window. And that's what I find pretty amusing about your opinion on this, because I honestly feel like the backup quarterback's going to be better than Landon, because I don't see Landon as a good quarterback.
And that's where we differ.
You see him as like one of the best quarterbacks in this league. I see him as one of the lower quarterbacks of this very league.
Okay, do you know how... Okay, Xbox is being gay. How am I supposed to join a party server on Xbox when it's not letting me go to party server?
And this is one of the problems about your opinion. You look at Landon as an elite quarterback, but who are you going to throw to when it's me on the field on the one-on-one against Trips, and then you have someone who's laggy named Coop on a 3-on-1? Why would you throw to the 3-on-1 in a playoff game? Who does that?
I guess Landon.
Clearly. And that's what lost him the game.
I might have to go upstairs and try something else. Try to get on like a computer or not. And if not, I guess I'll have to join mobile. Because I have the code, it's just I can't get into the game. And once I get into the game, then I can commentate on what's going on. Now that we're done with our pregame show, I just ask that you guys stay with us as the game is starting momentarily.
Yes. It's just you look at this as like a whole issue with all this stuff. I Landon is good, just not good enough to be elite.
Well, and I think Landon is going to have a good season this season and is going to prove the critics wrong. The critics being Zach.
I'd like you to put your money on the line. Put your money where your mouth is.
I'm saying that Landon is a good QB, and without Landon playing this game, Missouri is going to lose.
Really?
I do, yes.
So you see them as like a losing team?
Without a quarterback the caliber of Landon, I think that they are a losing team.
I mean, I'm not even sending this guy something bad. I mean, you look at this as if people are just getting crazy in here.
Well, I'll tell you what I see it as, Zach. I see it as if a team doesn't have their starting quarterback, their chances of winning their game are very low. They're very low. Think about just Imagine we're playing, and then Delta's got to go somewhere, and I can show up, and I'm the backup quarterback. We might not win that game.
No,
You
because
know
then
what I
I'd
mean?
take over as QB.
And then still, we might not win the game.
The thing is that I don't trust people. I don't throw trust passes. I'm not going to give them the chance to intercept the ball.
And I respect that.
So I would have the best touchdown ratio in the league. And that's what makes me different than other QBs in this league.
And I respect you for that.
Other QBs like to lob it up to the best receiver because, yes, the best receiver, yeah, he deserves every pass, yeah. But in the end, your best receiver might mess up sometimes, or he might get jammed because his teammate thinks he's good enough to help as well. When in reality, teammates is what really slows you down a lot of the time, guys. Like, if you have, like, a teammate trying to help you on a 2-on-1 coverage, that's gonna bust your jam, and his jam, with his jump, which is gonna make it easier for the guy that's on the 1-on-2. A lot easier.
Agreed.
Which then makes him win the game.
Well, why don't I, just before the game starts, fill up my drink really quickly, go get some Coca-Cola. You know, a nice game beverage, if you know what I mean. How about yourself, Zach? What kind of drink are you bringing to this game?
This game I'm drinking the old professional Coca-Cola, sponsored by Charlie D'Amelio.
Same, actually. The old-fashioned Coca-Cola never
It
gets
looks
old.
like Jeff the Gamer's in this game.
So that'll be interesting to
That's an
see.
interesting player.
See, he's controversial because I feel like with Jeff the Gamer, he has on days and he has off days. And when he's on, he's really clicking. And when he's off, he's really bad. So we'll have to see how he is today and how he
One
performs
very
this
big
game.
decision maker about this game is Emerald skills because he is a very good player. Extremely good player. He can dog people. So that might be one of the big keys of this game is Emerald.
And what team does he play for?
I believe he actually plays for Missouri.
So that actually could be a game changer. You're correct, but we still haven't
he's
come to the
actually on
conclusion of
Nebraska, I believe.
we still haven't come to the conclusion of who's going to quarterback for the Missouri Tigers. And I think that's what's going to come down to the victory for Nebraska.
I just see Nebraska winning this game.
I do too. I full-heartedly agree with that statement. Now, it would be a different story if it were Sir TG and Landon playing.
I don't think
But
so. I really don't think so. I see Shiloh orchestrating a good team that wins games.
I see the same about the Missouri Tigers. I mean, they beat the team which was Auburn last year. And Auburn was really good. The team that may have won a championship. But then we had to reset the league over some issues that are going wrong.
Yeah, there were some
All right.
controversial issues in the league that forced the
So
season restart. But now
here
we're
we have
back
the
at it again.
Apollos for some reason. The Apollos, whatever an Apollo is.
Interesting, they picked an AFL team.
Not sure why they would have done that. Well, as teams are getting picked here, we're about to have the coin toss, and we'll be underway with Nebraska versus Missouri.
This is the only problem about the coin toss, is that really the coin toss can really decide a big factor on who wins the game.
That is true.
Because whoever wins the coin toss, it's really up to them who wins the game. Because if they kick it off, that puts them in great possession of the game. Because if they get the ball with the last 20 seconds to a minute, they've won the game, basically. Because they can score on that drive, then they're getting the ball back, and they could possibly score on that drive as well.
But the thing is it's a hard decision to make from time to time, because if you have a really explosive offense and you want to get the momentum going your way and you're not too sure about your defense, that's when you receive, because you don't want them to start getting out ahead on you at the beginning of the game. If you think you have a high-powered offense and a low-powered defense, that's when you start receiving the ball at the beginning of the game.
Most teams in the NFL, even if they have a low-powered defense, will still kick it off. Just so that they have to answer. Just so that they're basically what they have to do is they just have to keep up with what they do or do better. Instead of having to worry about, like, if they kick it off or punt it, that the other team might score.
That's true, but you never know, man. It's up to whoever wins the kickoff. I mean, the coin toss here.
Yeah. So who do you think's gonna win the coin toss here?
Well, it's 50-50. I don't really know not really sure what to say to that. Let's just go for a wild guess. I'm gonna say
Nebraska.
that I'm going to say that the home team, the Missouri Tigers themselves, or the Apollos, I guess, but they are going to get the coin toss, and they are going to elect to defer the ball. And I think this because I am sure that they are confident with their defense. And if they want any shot in this game, they might have to receive the ball in the second half.
Who knows? I was correct. Nebraska won.
Good job. And Nebraska elected to defer.
This is interesting. A commentator on the field.
2 of them, in fact. Let's just go AFK. And the kickoff is a touchback. So, the Apollos, also known as Missouri.
Cam just to see this. They're pushing him right up beside the line, which is a pretty interesting feat to do. Let's see what their quarterback decides to do here. I think Nebraska's going to get off, or the Apollos are going to start off with a not such a good start, considering the look of this defense. I mean, you have Josh as the DE, arguably the best DE in the game. You have Emerald, he can dog. Sonic's mediocre. You have Jeff, who can orchestrate a good defense. And then you also have Shiloh, who can catch as well. And then you also have Kian, who you can't leave out of the picture as well. So it's just ultimately a good team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so the ball is snapped at the 25-yard line. And on the first play, they're bringing out the double rush, which is a very interesting choice. The ball is thrown, and it is
and it's fumbled.
Going to be caught. It's a fumble.
And the defense got the ball. And that's what I'm talking about.
The defense
I like
recovers.
seeing that as a defensive guy. I like seeing that. I like that.
That's a great start for Nebraska.
And now
as they get the turnover on their first drive.
Looks like Kian's the QB. We've honestly never seen like QB.
That's an interesting choice.
Oh, and he runs.
He breaks his ankles.
He does
spins around the 50-yard line. He gets about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Yeah, 6 or 7 yard gain, and it looks like they'll mark it around 6 yards.
Kian's rolling out to the right side. He's got some receivers doing crossing routes. Global looks like he's burning Joe Bro, and he does fire.
This quarterback is that he lobbed it up,
and it's caught to the 20-yard line.
This is basically how like college games are played in real life. The defenders can't cover, and the wide receivers dog everyone on the field.
And it's a gain of 27 yards.
But there might be a flag on the play.
Nebraska is marching down this field.
There might be a flag on the play.
That's a good point. Kian's now rolling out to the left side after faking to the right. Comes back over to the middle. Receivers running crossing routes in the end zone. Everybody looking to get open. He fires, and it's caught. Touchdown.
You have to respect Sonic on those routes. He's really been a big part of this offense, obviously, because he's gotten all the passes. And you look at this quarterback,
Sonic himself is having a breakout game right now.
Sonic, he knows when to lob it to Sonic. You could see his dime right there clearly, and then on top of that, it's just overall a better team, and he's making fun of that DE. He's like bullying that DE.
As you see, what a great play it was by the Nebraska offense. Well orchestrated, great route, great throw. Just, a great
You
play
see him on the
and to
2 point. He's
capitalize
just
on a great
bullying
drive.
the Solom kid. I mean, the guy's not being able to do anything right now.
Looks like Josh is open. He throws the ball,
And Josh
and it will be
sells.
incomplete.
Just sells
And
on the dive.
Josh arguably had the drop pass there.
As a receiver, you have to make that catch.
It'll now be 6-0. Nebraska will be kicking it off to Missouri. And the kick is soaring, and it'll not be a touchback. Coop 2 has a chance to bring this
He
one
takes
out.
it out. Let's see what they bring it to.
He's taking it out. He's got blockers ahead. Goes out to the right side, makes a man miss. Gets some blocks. He's to the 30, to the 35. Makes a spin move. Down to the 40.
Oh, wow.
Still
People are
going.
going through the guy.
And he's down, finally, at the 41-yard line.
People are going through the guy.
Just making everybody miss on that run back. Ignitus Solom is who they decide to make the quarterback in this game. That's what I was worried about. See, now they have to work with a backup quarterback who ran, and he actually gets a great break. Gets past about 12 yards.
That's very interesting to see Josh let something like that happen.
12-yard gain from the quarterback run. The designed quarterback run. The run this time does not look open, and therefore he throws, and it's barely overthrown. Nearly there. That was almost a great pass. If we would have just waited a fraction of a second.
It wasn't really that it was a bad pass. It was more like the receiver could have played that.
Oh, and the receiver saves after one misses.
One receiver sells, and then the next saves. It's pretty interesting to see this team driving down the field, considering the defense that this team got.
Looks like Solom might be a great quarterback in the making. As Buster Boyd's got him locked down at the end, he has to force a pass, and it's a great pass. Touchdown!
Oh my God.
It'll be a touchdown, Missouri, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not they convert this 2-point.
Again, this is just like the real college. You know? It's like the receivers dog everyone, and the defenders can't do anything.
It's been a great offensive show thus far, as we've seen both teams respectively drive down the field for touchdowns. Now we'll just see what will be the difference, and that will be whether or not Missouri converts this 2-point conversion.
One thing you can't leave out of this is that really the supposed Apollos in this should be up by a touchdown right now, and this should have been their second touchdown, but they fumbled.
And Nebraska might not have even scored yet.
On top of that, Nebraska also decided to defer.
Ignitus has an open running lane, and he converts.
And
the 2-point is good.
8-6.
Missouri comes out on top early.
But really, they have 6 unanswered points here. In reality.
And you know what, Zach? Had I known that Solom would have been this great of a backup quarterback, I might have said Missouri.
And that's why I said that you can't leave the backup quarterback out of this. Like I had said, in a lot of cases, the backup quarterback could be better than the main quarterback, and I see him way better than Landon.
Whoa, a misfire there.
No, it's a quick hike.
Turns out to be a quick hike, a flag on the play. It's been thrown. They're going to be flagged. Oh, but he hikes it. That's avoiding a penalty. They're going to have to new play this.
They're going to give him the penalty. No extra yards. They're going to have to make it down 1, I believe. There they are. They're working with first.
5-yard penalty.
They're working with 1st and 15. It'd be nice to see how this goes.
Kean snaps the ball, rolls out to the left side.
This will be
scanning the field, looking at his options. He's backed up deep in his own end zone, needs a wide receiver to make a route happen quickly. Global Sonic looks open. He throws over him, throws a 50-50 ball, and Thielen misses the interception. It just goes right through his hands.
Thielen could have nearly had that.
Just didn't have quite enough concentration to reel that one in.
Global Sonic wide.
And the quick hike again. 2nd and 20 it'll be. This is going to be hard to convert, wouldn't you say?
It's a 3rd and long. They're going to have to start. It's not really that hard to convert. All you have to do is get something cut down the middle. You can gain about 10, 15 yards off of that.
Kean's being backed up
really
by
here, you're
Solom
gonna have
deep
to
in his
lob
own
it
end
up.
zone. He's going to have to throw something deep here, scanning his options, and he throws, and it's a very low
He
pass,
throws it
very
to
interceptable,
Josh,
and
and he
it's
gets dogged.
intercepted.
He gets dogged, and this is one of the guys that everybody was hyping up, Josh. Everybody was talking about how good he is, how he can destroy every receiver in the game, and then he gets dogged. He doesn't even dive for the ball.
A cornerback that's quite underrated and wasn't really talked about in this pregame. Hopper just making a great play on the ball. He saw it was underthrown, came down, set his
See,
feet,
Hopper,
jumped
whenever he
up, and
came
hopped
into
it.
the league, he was looked at as a bad player. And he really proved that wrong whenever he was on Arizona.
Ignitus open running lane on the design quarterback
And now
draw.
Shiloh calls subs.
Dives out of bounds
If
for a
people
gain
think
of
that
6.
Shiloh could beat me or Tough in a 1v1, they're clearly slow because you see Josh, he can't even catch that. You know, you have to make that dive because that's an easy catch for the receiver. It's a one-on-one.
Ignitus is in the shotgun formation. He's got 4 wideouts. No running back set. No running back on the play.
I find this as a pretty interesting position because it's 2nd and 4. They're not snapping the ball. Maybe they can't snap.
Zach, there's a lot of things that they can do on this given play. They can do a designed QB run. They could fake him out with a short route and then go deep. Or they could just take their yards and try and gain this first down on this 2nd and 4
Really,
play.
that
2nd and
interception
short.
made it a lot more manageable because then that makes that original touchdown that Nebraska got pretty much not that
And a
bad.
terrible pass, but
And
Hopper sells it.
A terrible decision by Shiloh just to dive for no reason.
And Hopper
Shiloh could
just
have possibly
another drop
intercepted that
pass.
pass.
Something else we have to look at, though, even after Owen Hopper's wide open on the streak route, Ignitus sees it, he throws,
and it's way
misfires. It's way off target.
It's 4th and 4. There's a lot of things.
They're going for it here.
They're going
that's
for
interesting.
it, and that's
Deep
what I like. I like seeing teams go
back
for
in their own territory, a risky play. Hopper is once again open. Ignitus rolling out to
like
the right.
teams going for it on
Steps
4th
back.
down.
He gets sacked by Buster Boys. What a play.
Josh pretty much redeems
on the
himself
defensive
on that.
side.
That's a fair sack. And one thing I have to put on it is that I like teams going for it on 4th down. I hate seeing punts. It's just a grudge that I have, unless you're like 4th and 90.
Well, in a situation like this, it would be
terrible to go for it. I mean, to punt it.
Well, in a situation like that, it's rather they have the ball in your territory or they have the ball in their territory.
No,
personally, I might have punted the ball in that play.
I would have never punted it. I never punt. And that's one thing that
He throws a very, very interesting pass choice,
and it actually
converts.
That was a terrible decision, almost as bad as Landon at decision making. I mean, if you're going to start making decisions like that, I mean, you might as well just get yourself off the field.
As that was a very bad decision for a pass. It was very underthrown. I'm not sure how Kean's going to come back from that one.
As a QB, you can't be making decisions like that. And this game really hasn't been a one-sided affair.
Ignitus targets Thielen. It's slightly overthrown. Nobody's going to be able to make play on that ball.
We've seen a lot of overthrows this game.
Nice, Solom takes a sack. He's running out to the left side. Throws another pass. Targets Thielen again. This time it's on target. Thielen with the great grab. Diving grab.
You have to give the respect to the receiver on that one. Because he was able to lift himself off the ground and get that easy dive catch.
And let's take into account how Shiloh this game has been very off at corner. He normally seems like he's on his game, but today is just nothing's been going for him. He's been, getting mixed up on his routes, just hasn't been getting his feet set quick enough.
I don't really think you need to blame that on Shiloh. I think that this is a whole team effort on this one.
Great pass. Hopper
look
doesn't.
At it. You can't be blaming this on Shiloh. You need to be blaming this on the whole team. The whole team's selling on their coverage. It's not just Shiloh.
This is a very broken Nebraska defense.
One of the better people covering because he's not really selling that bad on his coverage. It's really the other people.
This is a very broken Nebraska defense that just needs to be shown up by by the Missouri Tigers.
Slightly an overthrow there, but that's a hard pass to throw as a QB across the body.
As a retired QB, I have to respect that throw. It's very tough to make. And this is a contested 50-50 ball, and
that was
he
not
comes
even
down
a 50-50,
with it.
that was a dime. What a pass and what a catch. That was
And
not
Missouri's
a 50-50.
taken an early lead on this game. And nothing seems to be going for Nebraska. You know, earlier in the game,
the thing about Nebraska is
Nebraska scored first
they're not
this
a first
game.
half team. They're a second half team. And that's what I respect about them. Is that if you can ultimately dominate in the second half, there's a thing called onsides. And if you can get those, you win the game.
Well, Zach, let me bring this to the table.
The team that wins the game is the team that can convert the fourth downs, because there's no point in punting in this game.
Zach, let me bring this to the table. Nebraska came out on top. This is an interesting formation. They go quadruplets left. Ignitus is going to roll out right. This might be a design run play. He doesn't have the edge. He might have to cut back. Oh, he fakes the juke back, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. And here's the thing about this game is that Nebraska got out on top early this game. They were confident. They had it all going for them.
Now
And then they threw that crucial interception, and now all of a sudden Missouri's taken the lead by storm.
I wouldn't really say by storm, to be honest with you, because they can still, they're still getting the ball back in the second half. And once you do that, the coach really starts talking to the guys in the locker room, telling them what they've done
it's a touchback,
how to do things better. And I honestly feel like that's what's going to happen this game, is that Shallow's going to be like, okay, guys, we can't be playing like this. And we just need to get better on offense. We can't just be lobbing it up every play. And I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Kean throws a ball. It's a great pass. Jeff the Gamer was wide open.
Down.
He's on the right side. He's on the right sideline. Makes a man miss. Down to the 45-yard line. 46 make it. Gain of 21 yards. Kean snaps the ball very quickly. That might be a quick hike. I think that's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, flag on the play. 5 yards. We've seen a lot of those this game. That's the thing.
Kean's just been a little jumpy, you know. Just snapping before it's legal. Great pressure by Solon. Kean's going to have to get this one out quickly. He throws, and it's an underthrown pass. And Josh doesn't even make an attempt on the dive.
He doesn't even give an attempt. It's as if he's like 3 and he doesn't know what the E key even does. And this is a player that they...
And this is another quick hike.
No, one thing I have to say about the Josh guy is that they claim that this is one of the better players in the league, and if you're missing on catches like that, you're not even in the top 50 for the league. You know? You can't be doing that.
I totally agree with that.
All you have to do is press a W, and that's a catch. You don't just stand still.
And a good pass. Emerald Skills was wide open. He's running down the right sideline. And now it's just a foot race at this point. Don't think anybody's going to catch him. He might go all the way. It's going to be a touchdown, Nebraska.
And you have to respect that animation as well. And you have to respect the cleats as well.
That might just be the turning point that Nebraska needed early in this game. Right at the end of the second quarter. The first quarter.
Of the game. I would say that's more of like the momentum that they needed to go on for their offense.
Golden, and you have to respect that animation.
You have to respect the animation. It's one of the best parts of that touchdown. I like it more than the catch.
Here they attempt the 2-point conversion, which they haven't been so well with this game thus
they've
far.
only attempted one, so that you can't really judge their abilities of the
Kean's getting pressured quite a bit. He's rolling out. He's at the left side. He throws a great pass to Josh.
Now they're 1 for 2,
brings it
so
down.
You can't really say that they haven't been successful when they've only attempted one. That's their second attempt, and now they've completed 50% of them, so you can't really say that they haven't been good at it this game. This will be an interesting kick. Probably a touchback.
And they squib it.
Yeah, it's a squib kick. That's interesting.
So now he's running to the left side. He's got a block from Global. He decides
he's just running back, and now he has blockers.
Now he's the cutback lane. He sees blockers. It's a 4-on-2. Can they get the blocks? They do. He sealed the edge.
He lags, of course.
Out to the 33.5-yard line.
16-14.
This is Missouri's ball game to win. They have two of their outstanding players not shown up today.
I mean, you really
and
have
I
to
think
respect
they,
those
I
antlers
think they
that
just
Thielen
have.
has. You have to
I
respect
think they
those
just have
antlers.
something to. I just think they have something to.
That
Oh
should have
wow,
been a pick. A play that should have been an interception.
that was a terrible decision by the quarterback. I am disappointed that
It's
he
like
has so
Emerald.
much. He has so much
like,
to play for here, and he just makes a decision like that. That is
it's
just
click the
something you
catch.
cannot do as a
It's click
quarterback.
the catch. And then the
And then
guy
on the very next play, he proceeds to overthrow the
Thielen
ball to
barely
Thielen.
misses that. He jump dived a little bit late. He could have had that. But you still
And
have
on
to
this
respect
play,
him for those
now it's a
antlers.
now it's a 3rd and 10 situation. He's rolling out to the left side. Keenan's pressuring him well. He's got to just get this one off,
Which
and
is
it's
forcing him to
slightly
overthrow a
far.
lot of these passes. Because he's getting pressured.
Now it's 4th and 10. They're gonna have to convert this.
The problem with this team.
This is a big turning point in the game. Let's just see what they do on this play.
The problem with this team is that they're going to need to run slants, and that's something that this offense hasn't really been doing. And that was just
And
a
wow,
terrible pass. It's a good decision not to even attempt to intercept that. Because that was just a terrible pass.
good decision making by Shiloh there to just bat the ball down and just take the ball from better field position. It
Yeah,
wasn't like
you were
he was
blaming
going
all
to get a
this
good
on
return out of
Shiloh.
that.
I mean, he's one of the better players in this game. He's one of the decision makers of the whole game.
Earlier this game, it was looking like Shiloh wasn't doing so well in his coverages, but since then he hasn't
I
been
completely
targeted.
disagree with that. No, they haven't really
Ken
been throwing any.
throws. He's got an open receiver, and it's caught. Will he get in? It's a touchdown.
And there you go. You have to
Nebraska
respect
is
that
back in
animation.
this
You
game
have to
just like
respect that
that.
animation. You
And
have
the
to
little
respect
touchdown
it.
celebration from Skills. Just like that. This is Nebraska's ball game to win. They got out early, then Missouri took the lead by storm, and now Nebraska's like, we're not having any of this. And they came back.
I mean, that's a 1.5 million valued animation there. You have to respect it. Now they got the lead back. Let's see how they handle this on defense, because you were talking about maybe defenses being okay and stuff, but really, the defense.
And this 2-point conversion really means a lot for this Nebraska team, as it completely misses Global Sonic was wide open.
You were claiming that this team wasn't really that good with 2 points, and now they're 2 for 3. That's about a 67% completion rate for 2 points, and you were claiming that this team wasn't really the best at it.
To start out, it didn't look like they were so well. They had a terrible first attempt at a 2-point conversion. Not even sure what went wrong
the
there.
thing that I have to say about this is that you have to put into perspective is that this is more of a second half team. So you can't really say that they're bad at something in the first quarter or like the second quarter or like just completely the first half for the fact of the matter, because this is a second half team and they win games. Just like they'll take this one. You look at the pressure they're giving off. They're not even using Josh as their DE. And they're pressuring him.
Throws overthrown.
It's almost as something Landon would try and do.
That was quite a bit far. He had to, he just had to get one away. He was getting pressured by Kean. Not much there. Kean's been doing great at defensive end this game, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks, possibly making him throw some questionable passes, as that one, too, is far.
I mean, if you're just going to throw it like that, you might as well just spike it at the ground at this point.
And now they're facing a 3rd and long situation.
And it looks like they're going to bring out a blocker, and I really respected that play right there. That was one of the best plays I've ever seen in the league, to be honest with you. Just seeing them.
And now he just throws a stupid 50-50 ball.
But from a defensive standpoint, that's one of the passes that one of the plays that I respect the most ever in this league, because actually people have IQ. They actually come up when there's a blocker, unlike every team I've ever played on.
Nate just rolls out to left side. Kean is on. He throws another contested pass. This isn't
as
Thielen actually does catch the ball, and he goes to the right side of the field, down the timeline.
Why would he even have attempted that?
To the 10, makes a man miss, to the 5, and it's going to be a touchdown for Missouri. Just like that, they take the lead back. I was just getting ready to say that this might not be the formula for winning, just throwing these contested passes, but Thielen proves us wrong as he pulls that one out of his bag of tricks, going right over Shiloh, looking like Odell there. What do you have to say about that?
I'd have to say that that's kind of sad to be Shiloh at that point in the game, because Shiloh, that was just terrible, like utterly terrible. I mean, Keegan would have done
And
that.
you were trying to defend Shallow's case in this game. Well, I was saying he hasn't been doing all that well. What do you think? What do you feel about the situation now?
I feel like we might have to wipe him out of the conversation of the league, to be honest with you. It's tough. That's a good 2-point. Mowing joined the group VC with tough.
Back, everybody.
The thing about this is that you really don't want to give Nebraska the ball.
Nebraska's dangerous, and they got a lot of time to make something happen.
Nice facts.
I'm going to have to say that they probably have one of the best defenses in the league. Even though Shiloh sells on big plays, they still have one of the best defenses.
Kean with the open running lane to the right side, makes a man miss, gets the first down, hurdles a man, and is finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. Gain of 14 yards on that play. That just shows how subtle this offense can be. Like, you would never expect it. Kean, the pocket passer he is, rolling out to the right side and making something happen. And on this play, has Jeff the Gamer wide open, who just completely misses the pass. What a terrible attempt by Jeff the Gamer. You just can't let that happen as a wide receiver. That's something that would make a quarterback not want to target you again. As there's another quick hike.
Down.
Happen as a wide receiver. That's something that would make a quarterback not want to target you again. As there's another quick hike. Happen as a
tough mute the stream. Tough mute the stream.
I did.
See,
Second
you look
down,
at it, and like the person who can convert the 4th downs wins the game.
second and 15.
In my opinion, this game is going to come all down to completion percentage.
No,
These wide receivers are getting open,
not at all.
and they aren't making plays.
Not going to come down to completion percentage in any way, shape, or form.
They were doing everything.
I disagree with all of you. I actually think it's going to come down to the defense and the 4th down completion rate, and who has the better receiving core.
Come down to who has the ball last. Here's why.
I disagree. I disagree completely with that statement as well.
Wait, Zach, let Tough defend himself. What's Tough getting ready to say?
Quarterback will run.
What were you about to say about the whoever has the ball last?
I'm trying to say is whoever has the ball. See, right now this is a high-scoring game. It's 24-22. Right now, the Apollos are winning.
Missouri.
Technically. But here's the thing.
What a pick by Josh. I mean, or what a catch, rather. That's a catch that you have to make as a receiver, and that came in clutch.
And you just must respect that throw by Kean right there. That's something that you don't see out of your average quarterback.
I don't really necessarily respect that.
As he throws another good pass to a wide-open Global Sonic, who plugs walk his way into the end zone for the touchdown, Missouri! Do we just get slap happy up in here in this press box sometimes?
We do.
Hey, Zach, send me the code to the game. Zach, send me the code to the game.
We have ourselves a football game, people.
Oh, I can not have a 5-second delay.
You're going to have to deal with that 5-second delay, or you can just use the code at the bottom right. And
I haven't fully shown.
There's a huge problem with this defense, I guess you could look at it as, because everyone wants Nebraska to win this game.
They elect to kick an extra point here, which is an interesting choice. And it's no good.
It's
the extra point will be blocked.
It's kind of stupid to go for the kick. Going for field goals in this game is basically showing that you're mentally incapable of doing anything if you decide to go for the kick there. You don't let the game get decided on a kick, nor try and score on a kick. I have no respect for kicks in a league game.
Ignatius is under center here as he snaps the ball. Looks like pretty good defense, except for he fumbles. And what in the heck just happened there?
What happened there? He just gets flung across the field. That does not happen in YCFL. We need a new play. That has to be a new play.
What
even
just
happened there?
happened
Oh
there?
my god.
What?
That is
Oh my god, that might
crazy.
be the most slap happy moment we've ever had up in here in this press box.
He just gets flung across the screen as if he's like, as if
As
Jaw
if he's
started
like
driving his
Superman or
character.
something.
Jaw was like, let me drive the bus.
And he was the only passenger on that bus.
Oh my.
Here, as we snap the ball again, and it's a good
Honestly,
pass,
as a
but if the
receiver,
receiver...
no. As a receiver, you have to go and shift lock. And
That's what
if
I'm
you're going to
saying.
try and do slants on that, it makes it like a harder target to throw to.
A wide open, good pass, good catch.
Which is honestly,
Down to the right sideline, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, the 10. He's still going.
It's a touchdown.
Makes a dive at the goal line. It's going to be a touchdown.
And you have to respect the Bows of the Clown thing for like trash traders. You have to respect that because people get offered ultimates, 500K and such for it, which you really have to respect in this nice game that we have here. I mean,
Well, back and forth
this
game.
could be possibly one of the best games that we've ever watched in this league.
So glad we get to commentate this one. What a game this has been.
I mean, like Jeff said, this is basically like college. There's no defense; it's all offense. I mean, really, basketball's the same way. Nobody plays defense anymore.
As this is a crucial 2-point attempt. This is the difference between it being winnable by a field goal and not. As he pump fakes, rolling out to the right side, doesn't see a man open yet. Now he sees what
and
a bad
receiver
throw.
Just sells. I mean, if you're a receiver, I mean, you just need to get yourself off the field.
That's an embarrassment to receivers, all receivers.
I mean, as a receiver, that makes you want to cry to see somebody mess up that bad.
As a receiver that plays it 75%.
As a quarterback,
someone drop that wide open pass is heartbreaking.
I mean,
as a retired quarterback, I highly disrespect that throw. You never lob a slant. That's something that no wide receiver expects. That's something that you should not expect the wide receiver to make.
That's a good catch.
As that's a textbook slant, and that's a great catch by Global.
No, that's not a
who spins to the
slant.
outside.
A textbook slant is where you don't jump and you just throw a regular slant. That's not a textbook slant. That's just a check down.
Kian snaps the ball. It's finally not a quick hike. Sitting in the pocket, rolls out to the right side. Makes a throw. It's to Global Sonic.
Again. Sonic doing his job as a receiver.
And as a route running receiver, I am myself. You have to respect Global.
I don't respect slants.
You just have to respect the way Global's been playing this game.
I actually don't have respect for that, man.
Well, I do.
It's one of the easiest things to do in the game. And I think that's one of the main reasons why you like that, because it's one of the easiest things to do in the game.
All I'm saying is, he's there when his quarterback needs him. As he is here again, but he's just missed.
Jeff there.
Jeff is wide open at the current moment.
Yeah,
and he still is not getting this ball off. Now he throws to the O in Apollo.
Really, that's grounding. There was no receiver in the area, so that should really be grounding.
So call it. Yeah, that's grounding. There's no receiver in the area. There's no receiver 7 yards.
Really 10-15. To be honest with you.
Call it.
No, we can't.
And the big missed call by the refs there. That could be a big deciding play.
Oh, that's
Jeff the Gamer with a diving grab.
As a receiver, I respect that because that actually takes.
As they call timeout, and they might call huddle up offense sooner or later because now it's 35 seconds left in the second quarter. They must score here because they get the ball back at half. And if they score here, it'll give them a big chance to win this game. But if they don't, and they get the ball in the second half and they score in the second half, it'll still be less than a one possession game.
Well, one thing I see about you is that you don't really necessarily understand the art of this football game.
That's a great throw and a great catch.
Animation. You have to respect Turk. I mean, that's 2.53 million value right there. That's 2.53 million value right there just in one animation. You have to respect that animation. You can get great trades for that animation.
And the 2-point conversion here is big.
I mean,
Kean
coming
fakes
from
him out.
you said that this team was bad at 2-point conversions, and obviously they've proved you wrong.
And a good throw back to Buster Boys, who just got the touchdown.
I mean, they've been, I believe, 4-5, 4-5. They're claiming that Josh will be wide receiver of the year. I disagree with that statement.
Now they're saying that he might be better
Oh, yeah, I
than you,
think
Zach.
Tough, Swaggy, or wait.
I just completely.
Clearly the front runner. Clearly Zach is the front runner.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, that's just a given.
There's top
See,
three.
now what's interesting here is they're going to have to march themselves down the field, and they're going to have to score
not
on this
really
drive.
have a good game yesterday. He only
There's
had
going to need to be a good pass here to
The
jump
only
the
problem
gamer.
with me is that I wasn't able to get a game. So
And it's a terrible
I'm
throw.
down a game for receiver. Compared to Josh, who gets to play this game, and where he really hasn't really played that well.
That was just a terrible pass, and that just wastes a bunch of time, time is essential in a moment like this.
I mean,
When they need to score before the half.
One problem about this is if you're going to say somebody like Josh is going to win, like receiver of the year, at least let him have over 100 yards, because you should
What even is that?
That
Not in the end zone, but it's caught by Thielen, but it won't be enough.
That's why I see
as he's short of the goal line.
No, honestly, that's why I say Josh isn't one of the better players, because you shouldn't get jammed like that. You don't just stand still. You need to, like, sway to the side, and then you attack the ball. You can't be doing all this. That's what sells games. I mean, Josh, he sells games. He doesn't win games. If you can.
I think Lando is not a good quarterback. Landon is not a good quarterback.
I agree completely with that. Terrible decision making. Yes, he can dime here and there, but he has terrible decision making. I mean, the guy
has to get that ball to the end zone.
No,
if he gets that ball to the end zone, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, but the thing about Landon is that, like, it's a 3v1 that you have in a playoff game, and you're going to throw it to the guy in the 3v1 who's laggy instead of throwing it to the guy on the 1-on-1. You don't do that. You don't.
And first of all, you don't run the play before that.
Exactly. Leaving your team with 1 second.
You have 2 plays to go to the end zone, but you waste 12 seconds to run. Decision making.
And that's why he's one of the worst QBs in the league.
Yes, he's the worst. No, he's the worst in the league.
Honestly, yeah, Keegan's better.
Guys, what I particularly didn't like about that drive.
This guy Josh is, quote, better than me, or one of the best receivers in the league. I mean, the guy has 4 catches for 58 yards. And a touchdown. Even Emerald Skills is doing better for 97 yards and 2 catches. I mean, Josh is the third.
Global Sonic's wide open over the middle. Kean's going to have to put that pass on the money. He throws, and it is slightly overthrown.
Wow. Sonic, that would have been game-changing as well.
I think we all have to agree that this game's probably going to come down to who's the better quarterback, and I think that that's Kean in this given matchup.
I disagree completely with that statement again. This is not a QB game. This is a receiving game.
Game will come down.
What are the receivers supposed to do when the ball's just overthrown?
No, because think about it. If you have a terrible quarterback like
whoever manages time the best.
No, if you have a terrible quarterback like Landon.
Actually, tough. I agree with that statement completely, because that drive that they had, that the Apollos had just before the halftime, they threw an overthrown ball that was highly overthrown. It was overthrown by at least 20 yards. I'm not sure how they overthrew it. It's not Landon. It's not Landon. I'm not sure how he overthrew it that much when all he needed to do was just, slightly underthrow it because he was burning that bad, but they ended up wasting about 10 seconds on that play, and they didn't have enough time to punch it into the end zone as Thielen was downed at the 5-yard line. And if they would have just had that play back, they would have scored the ball, at least a field goal. And that's going to be a big turning point in this game.
The one thing I have to say about this is that this is not a QB game. QBs don't really mean that much.
I disagree if you have to play on the field goal. Here's why.
Tough. You can have the worst quarterback in the game, Landon, right? And I made him actually get good stats this season just by catching every single because he lobbed at every play. He couldn't dime. He couldn't do anything good. He just lobbed at every play, and he relied on his receivers, and his receivers delivered. He wasn't a good quarterback.
Kean takes a snap. He runs back into the pocket. Goes out to the left side. Sees Emerald Skills. Decides not to pull the trigger. Global Sonic over the middle. Global Sonic over the middle. Open again. That's a tough pass to make, and he catches.
That's a catch made by the receiver. If the receiver didn't
What a
do that,
catch.
that would have been an interception due to the
And
terrible
you'll see,
pass, and the
you'll
receiver
see
saved that.
here, you'll
Look
see
at
here on the
Timon,
right
just
side.
escape pressure. Look
you-
at him
you'll-
escape the pressure, buys time for his receiver to get open downfield. Then he fires to Global Sonic.
And then you'll see here on this play, on the right side of the field, coming across was one of the corners who just randomly moves back away from the ball, which I'm not too sure the decision making going on there. That could have been a vital interception for the Apollos in this game.
I find this all amusing how y'all are like QB this, QB that. QBs aren't really that big of a factor because if you don't have the receivers to run the routes, that QB is nothing. This is all a receiving game.
And
Kean's got an open running lane that's closed by Hopper, but he comes back in the middle and gets in for a touchdown.
Can Missouri come back? They are a fourth quarter team. They are like the Patriots. It's just Roblox.
You mean Seahawks, but yeah.
Comeback Kings. They always come back. Last season against Auburn, when the season got restarted, they came back in the fourth quarter and won against arguably the best team in football. So I think they can come back and win if they manage.
This is what I find amusing. This guy Melling was disagreeing with me. He was like, "Yeah, Missouri's gonna win the game. Nah, all this, that, and the other."
Oh, wow! What a terrible throw!
And
it becomes intercepted by Kean.
They're
Kean's on the right sideline. He's going to take this all the way back. It's going to be a pick six, Nebraska, and that's going to seal the deal. That might be it.
Doesn't seal the deal, but
you are about. There's 4 minutes left in the third quarter. What?
Melling, this is what I have to say: is that Nebraska was winning this game since the start. And the one thing I have to say about this is that they're a second half team. Melling was like, no, yeah, and all that BS.
I didn't say that they weren't a second half team. I didn't disagree with that statement.
Now you're like, oh, this is all the QB. Blah, blah. No, it's all the defense and the receivers.
Can Missouri come back? They have to play everything perfect, but they have Landon as their quarterback. And once again, Landon is not a good quarterback. He sucks.
I mean, you see this guy Jeff. He's like SMH.
This is why Landon will never win the big game, and he will never
Landon's
win.
never winning a game unless he gets carried.
Landon has terrible decision making. He's like the Jameis Winston of the league.
Kean's just chilling in the pocket. There's no rusher.
But he is a turnover machine.
Kean's looking, scanning his options.
He's like the Saints.
He's going to fire. It's a good pass. Good catch by Shiloh.
Oh my god, you have to respect that animation. An exotic. I mean, the exotic's just better than everybody on the field. I mean, just kick everybody from the game. The exotic's way better than the whole touchdown.
So that's the worst exotic emote. That's the worst exotic emote. That's what you're saying.
It is the worst exotic emote, but it's still better than everybody else's on the field.
Wrong. It's not better than mine.
See, the thing about Melling is that he doesn't understand trading. He just, I mean,
I do understand
nor does he
trading.
really understand the game, really, either. I mean, this is a guy claiming that Missouri had a chance at this.
Well, that was before I knew Sir TG wasn't going to be here.
No, even when he got back, you were like talking about like how basically this team will be able to do stuff, and about how this team actually has a chance at winning this game due to their backup quarterback, and I'm like, no.
Well, guess what? I changed my mind, and I said that Nebraska was going to win this game whenever I found out Sir TG wasn't going to be there.
No, but then you changed your mind again.
No, I didn't.
Sir TG is a better quarterback than Landon, and
that is a terrible ball. That's just.
I'm a better
QB. Landon is not a good quarterback. Needs to fix their quarterback position.
And that could be the downfall of Missouri this season. That right there.
That might be the reason they don't get in the playoffs.
The absence of a great quarterback. Because there are a few in this league. They just don't happen to have one.
The sad part about the game that like with the team that I'm on is that they spam Rip Kobe with slants. He gets every pass on the team. You know, and that's one of the problems about that offense. Because all he does is he runs like 7 yards.
Joe wide open. Joe Burrow is wide open. Landon's going to
throw the ball, and that is a good throw and a great catch to the 30, to the 25.
Down the sideline. 20, 15.
He's going to get tackled, though. He's down to the 10-yard line.
What a play by Landon. What a play by... Oh, Dylan. They changed quarterbacks. I thought that was Landon.
You have to respect.
Thielen throws a
You have to respect
beautiful
Thielen's
ball.
antlers. You have to respect Thielen's antlers.
I think Thielen can lead this team back if they manage the clock correct.
I fully disagree with that statement. Nebraska has it all going for them.
Thielen's a better quarterback than Landon.
Kean's a better quarterback than Thielen, and Kean also has the better receiving core at the current moment.
Okay, but still. Thielen needs to just get rid of it. Throw it out of the back of the end zone. That's what I would do. If you're Thielen,
you can't.
You
can't risk a risky throw here.
Incomplete.
You can't be making throws like that. Just checking it out. That
was a very bad decision right there. That could have very well been intercepted had the corner came up just a couple yards before the throw.
Yeah, you really can't just be making throws like that.
And he gets sacked on this
play. It's a sack. What a sack.
Gets sacked back on the 16-yard line. What a play.
That's a great heads-up play by the defensive end. And that's going to be a big push for this defense. And it's going to make it just that much harder for this offense to convert. As he does have a receiver open, and it's a touchdown!
Touchdown!
And now just Missouri stops here on defense, and Missouri might just be back in this game.
Missouri! Trying to get back in it. You'll have to respect those cleats Thielen has, though.
They're alright.
Captain with a touchdown!
Emerald, what happened? My grandpa fell off the roof.
See, the thing about this is that I go for the defense and the receivers. I honestly don't care about the QB that much in this game. Because it's all the receiving core.
I honestly think if Thielen leads a comeback...
Thielen rolls out to the right. He's getting double rushed.
That's why if I can become a team owner next season, I'm building I'm building a receiving core. I'm not building my team around a QB. I'm building my team around a main receiver.
If Thielen leads their team back, he needs to be their starting quarterback. Simple. We all agree.
And you guys have to respect that move that Thielen just did right there, where he was getting double rushed. There was no way for him to get out of that unless he went to the left side and made a man miss. And he made Kean bite to the inside and was able to get just barely to the outside and just barely avoid the shoelace tackle to get in for the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
I don't really have that much respect for the catch, considering it was more of a slant. But the one thing about this is that, wow, Josh is burning.
They have two receivers wide open downfield. A dot!
What a catch!
And Josh finally does something good for this team.
Combine tags, perfect.
I mean, Josh has messed up so much this game, and that's really a catch that he should have gotten to make himself look half decent.
That should have been intercepted.
Should have been intercepted, but he dove. Like I said, you have to dive, and that's an automatic catch.
And guys, that could be a play that comes back to bite Missouri right in the pubes.
So they will be at the 35-yard line. He takes the snap.
Josh is burning, and so is Emerald. What a pass! What a catch!
But Emerald just a better target to throw to because Josh isn't reliable. You need to throw to the more reliable receiver in this.
Kean avoids the quick hike. The ball rolls out to the right side. He has Josh open. He goes back for some reason.
Terrible play by the quarterback.
Awful decision making. That was just horrendous.
What a play!
He had an open receiver and just, blew the play. And it looks like he could get sacked here again. Thielen's bringing the pressure. He's going to be forced to throw a risky pass here.
He'd have good on the run.
Running out. He's going to run. Can he break him? Can he mix him? He gets by him.
Kean's rolling out. That's very risky.
This is honestly why I said this is a defense and receiver game.
On the 10-yard line. 10 yards for a touchdown. Nice hop over here. He takes the snap.
Runs the ball, and it's a good catch.
And again, like I've been saying all game, you have to respect that animation and those cleats.
You have to respect those cleats.
Yes, because that's a terrible... I don't really even respect that catch in any way, shape, or form. It's just a slant. But guess what? The thing that I respect a lot is the cleats and the animation.
Zach, this isn't a fashion show. This is football.
Yes, but I treat this like a fashion show. I respect the fashion more than I respect slants, because slants take no skill whatsoever.
Now, trying to make this 60-38. Can they do it?
Kean to the right side with the handoff to Josh. Oh, it looks like it might be a flea flicker here. Maybe not. But Josh is now going to pass the
Yeah.
ball, which is a very interesting play
There
call,
goes-
and I don't like
There
it at
goes
all.
out. Keon heaves
Throws it
it.
up, and he actually makes a great
pass
pass.
by Emerald.
That's a great pass,
Keon
great
heaves
catch.
it.
And now the lead is just that much bigger, and it makes it that much harder for
Yeah.
Missouri to come back and win this ball game.
Missouri wants to come back. Their defense needs to clamp or wait until the fourth quarter until you can do onside kicks. But other than that, they are not going to win this game. But if you
I
think of
agree
it,
with that.
Landon sold them in the first half. Think of it like that. If Landon wasn't the quarterback, this would be a good game. Jalen getting chased. Oh, bro, he has a burn on Jeff the Gamer. Thielen, what will he do? He's just going to chuck it down to his center during C-Hop. Taken down at the 39-yard line. First down.
And you have to respect the gains.
I respect the yards gained, just not the slants.
That's the thing about the slants. You don't particularly respect the route. You respect the gains. It's those little short passes that chip in.
It's
Eventually leads to something greater.
Not really, actually.
Yes, actually.
He
Because
with the
if you can be like like I had said in the pregame show, whoever can get the most touchdowns early in the game and get like the most touchdowns faster wins the game, not the one that can just be a sped and span slants. And clearly that's what's winning the game for Nebraska.
Another burn over the middle on Josh, and Josh has just been awful at cornerback this entire game. Thielen misses it, sees the slant over the middle, Hopper's open, Hopper catches it.
Oh, doesn't that
Jeff the Gamer
just show
misses.
much skill from the receiver? He caught a slant. Look at him.
35-yard line.
So
First
much
down.
Bruh.
First down, Missouri. Thielen.
It's interesting that they put Thielen. Oh wow,
Snap.
Thielen just completely blows his coverage.
Oh,
Thielen just completely blows his coverage.
Joe.
That was just a horrible pass. I don't even know why he would try and dime that. That's just a pass that you just bullet at that point.
Thielen with Tom in the pocket. Thielen takes the snap. He's gonna
The only thing Thielen knows how to do is slant, and that is being put on display right here, right now. Justin has a good route over the middle. Justin's got a good route over to the right side. Will Thielen see it? Thielen does not, or he sees it way too late at that, and it is incomplete.
Justin could not make the catch. It's a 3rd and 10.
And the fourth quarter begins now, and this is going to be the deciding moments of this ball game. Will they convert on this drive?
4-yard line. 6 minutes to play. 3rd and 10.
Like QBs aren't the decision maker for games.
Thielen hikes the ball.
Usually, but like on this team,
and
like,
the throw looks good, and it's a good pass. Good pass.
Missouri!
Nebraska's better at everything than Missouri. They have a better defense, better offense, better receiving core, and better QB.
Missouri scores quickly on the first play.
And Justin just caught his first pass of his career.
And it would be a touchdown at that.
Shiloh gives up a touchdown, and that is a shocker.
I mean, are you surprised? Shiloh hasn't been on his game today.
Shiloh has just been off lately.
All right.
I mean, what has he done for his team this game other than let up touchdowns?
It's a wide open Joe Bro with the 2-point conversion.
And now, sooner or later here, they're going to start getting these onsides going. And maybe if they start recovering some of these onsides, they're going to have a chance.
Come back. They are a fourth quarter football team, and I think they can actually pull it off if their defense holds them.
Nebraska's winning the game.
Not over yet.
But if they can clamp on defense, I think they will win this game. Here's why. We'll see. So we don't know. We'll see.
It's only a 2-possession game.
Look at the difference in receiving cores.
It's only a 2-possession game. All they need to happen here is a stop, a score, and an onside kick, and a score, and they're right back in this game.
It's so hard. It's so hard to get onside when you don't have a good team at mossing.
He's gonna.
I mean, look at it. Their team can't moss. Unlike Nebraska, there's a bunch of mossers.
That could have been a big mistake for Kian not going out of bounds there, as he very well could have fumbled there.
He could have ate up a lot of clock, but he decided to snap.
And it's going to be a quick hike!
One thing that I think that some of these teams need to realize is that they need to eat some of that clock.
Okay.
And Kian definitely needs to work on his quick hikes. He does that
They
quite
need
a
to
bit
start
too much.
snapping at like when there's like 5 seconds left or like 1 second left just to eat some of that clock.
They don't want Missouri to have a chance of coming back in this game.
I know that's what Nebraska doesn't realize, but Nebraska's going to win this game.
Can he get out of it?
He's very pressured right now. He throws a ball that's a
It was a sorry slant.
Picks up the first down!
A play that should have been an interception.
Kian just has no IQ when it comes to time management.
What time? Getting rushed.
He nearly gets set there by Thielen. He barely shakes Thielen off.
In the old days, we used to be like Andy Reid with bad time management, but we can't really say that now.
Oh, he's got Josh wide open.
He's aggressively. Oh, it's stopped by the receiver.
And that's why I said it's the receiving core, because when you have a terrible receiver like Josh, the worst receiver in the game possibly, when you have somebody like that
was aggressively
that's why it's the
awful.
receiving core. Because
that was
Josh,
aggressively
you're
awful.
terrible if you can't catch that. You're legit trash. You might as well just release the guy who misses catches like that.
Wide open.
That was aggressively awful. I don't want to ever see something like that out of a receiver in this football league ever.
He's gonna have to make something happen. A receiver needs to come up. Oh, he can run this. He can
has a running lane. But will he take it? He will not. Throws the ball, a risky pass, but it's complete.
I think Sonic deserves player of the game.
Touchdown Nebraska! And Nebraska in their high-scoring offense!
Sonic has just done it again and again and again and again.
Sonic deserves player of the game. Change my mind.
Sonic has proved himself in and out this entire game. He does deserve it. I agree with that
player of the
statement
game
fully.
because he's the quarterback. That's why. The quarterback in this situation doesn't deserve it. Zach, what a job!
Kian has played bad this game. He has let out so many quick hikes. His throws have been mostly off target. If you look at his completion percentage, it's just the receivers have been doing it all this game, like Zach had predicted.
I predict games correctly. That's the thing about
me. There hasn't been some one outstanding quarterback performance I've seen this game.
And that's another thing that I had said, Mowing. What you don't realize is that I predict correctly.
But they stop.
You don't realize.
They score here and get an onside kick. That's the question.
In the second half, it's been more of a one-sided affair. And it seems like there's been a lot of offense here. High-scoring game. Offense has really been clicking in this one.
Hacks the ball, and it's a line screen. Makes a man miss, goes to the outside, and it's a short game.
That's why I don't respect line screens. They ate off some of their clock, and they're losing. So that's kind of retarded to do. Like, who goes for a line screen when you're losing by 20 points?
I CBA with that one, and they're doing it again.
They're doing it
what
again.
Horrible time management.
That's a great defensive player to do.
That's terrible time management. I completely disrespect that. That is horrible time management by Missouri.
I mean, are you surprised? It's Missouri. Are you surprised? It's Missouri.
What's Thielen doing?
First
down. He doesn't even get out of bounds.
He doesn't even go out of bounds.
No sense of time management in this situation at all. Horrible planning. Horrible team. This is why they're going to lose.
So it's okay. Man.
I definitely see this Missouri team jumping in the power rankings.
Missouri, you've embarrassed me. You had a chance. You guys had a chance.
You're gonna heave it down
what
the
is
field,
this?
Joe! What a throw him! What a catch! Joe, bro!
I mean, Josh had a chance at that, and of course he sells. I mean, are y'all surprised? It's Josh.
Joe, bro, with the catch of his life!
I mean, what has Josh really done this game that's been really good? Like, everybody's been saying, like, everybody says that Josh is good, this, that, and the other, but what has he done that's so good this game?
Thielen needs to be their starting quarterback. Because he's doing a lot better than Thielen.
Landon would just be, like, throwing it at the floor. Or just throwing it in. Or just lobbing it up to, like, anybody. He'd be like, oh, you want to lob? Here you go.
Alright. 2-point conversion.
That might
Will
be
they
the
go
first
for
thing
onside?
respectable
Who
I've
knows?
seen from Missouri this game. I came in thinking that they were going to win this game, and they have thoroughly disappointed me.
Feeling under pressure.
That was an awful
Absorbing
pass.
Again,
the
the
terrible.
defense.
And the defense comes up. But will they go onside kick or kick off? What will they do?
They will certainly onside kick it in
Clearly,
this
you have to go for
situation.
the onside here, but telling
it's
with
their
Missouri, they
only
might go
chance of
for a
winning the game.
kickoff. Telling with
All I need
Missouri,
to
they might
clearly
go
say
for a
is that
kickoff.
They are going for the onside.
They're going for a kickoff. Like I said, this is Missouri. What do you expect out of this team?
Oh no, you have to. Oh no, you can only do it under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
how unfortunate.
That's the problem with this team, is that they don't know what they're doing.
It's just horrible clock management because they know it has to be under 3 minutes.
Again, it's Missouri.
So can they clamp up on defense? Oh, that's a quick hike. That's a quick hike. Okay.
And Kian again with his shenanigans. All these quick hikes and such. And they aren't going to new play it. Wow. Awful officiating.
I don't really think that was really that bad. I don't really think that was a quick hike.
He's like, go back. I'm dead.
And now that's a loss of a yard. That's biased. They need to give him that yard.
Need to put time back on the clock too.
I think the clock's fine rolling.
Kian back deep in his own end zone. He has to get a throw up here. That's going to be a 50-50 ball, and it is caught.
And Josh finally does something.
This Missouri defense has been nothing short of terrible this game. How do you not come down with that? When it means so much at this point, that's just something you have to have.
Jeff typed in chat. I want to see Josh versus Zach. Oh, Zach's going to just crush him. Oh my god.
And that'd be very interesting to see that people want them to see him 1v1 me. It's like I'm a QB now, but it'll be interesting.
Under pressure. Keon running. Gonna run it.
Yeah, if you're not a QB now, who do you think you are?
And he says, spin inside this. Let the clock run.
He needs to waste that clock.
And they will call a timeout.
Nebraska's clearly the better team.
Will take their team. Keon and Sonic will take their team to 1-0.
Well, guys, I have to say Nebraska does deserve this. This is a hard-fought win against a team that doesn't give up, whether they're gray or whether they're not. It's not in their nature to give up.
I knew
Nebraska
was winning this game from the start. Missouri never had a chance. I mean, it's Missouri after all. They even start Landon as their quarterback.
In the game.
So I think a team that starts Landon as a quarterback is gonna win big games. And this is the game.
5 yards from 1-0. He takes the snap, back to throw. This is going to be a tough team to face. From other teams, this game is a statement. Fires, heaves it, end zone, touchdown!
Honestly, I'm going to be pretty honest with you. If you have a good defense, you can shut down this offense. I mean, they have Josh as a receiver. He sells a lot. And then upon that, you've seen Josh miss wide open checkdowns. So, Global Sonic's really their main threat for like another team.
This is just the cherry on top right here. That touchdown, that score, that's just the exclamation point at the end of the sentence.
They're just putting the icing on the cake.
18 to play. They can still win this. If they can score quickly and get onside kicks, then yeah. But most likely, this game...
I just thought of something that I would totally regret saying, so I'm not going to say it.
And they are going to be a tough team to play with their high-scoring offense.
I mean, maybe they're going to have to game tough, but not for my team.
And an interesting ball, and it is caught by Josh.
Here's the thing.
I mean, as a receiver, you have to catch that. I don't think that Joe Bro should leave the league. I don't think he should.
Why would you want to leave the league, though? It's not even your team. It's you're walking on for them. It makes no sense. Oh, we can beat Nebraska if Nico, it's Nico, not Nico. If he trusts his receivers and doesn't sell. That's
my team has the best receiving core in the league.
And as we're in the closing moments of this game, what do you guys think are the big time takeaways from all this?
Well, we've seen that Josh is very overrated and overhyped. We've seen that Global Sonic is debatable. He's a possible Heisman contender for the wide receiver of the year. And that Nebraska has a great defense and offense, and they clearly have the better QB.
Tough, what do you think about the takeaways of this game? What are your takeaways?
Takeaways? The early turnovers by Landon. Landon, he pretty much he sold in the first half. Before the half, that is and he can't throw a football, and it has to reach the end zone. He knows that, but he throws it short.
Landon was never playing this game, surprisingly.
Oh. What I'm saying, Landon is not a good quarterback. But think of it like this: if ScriptedZach was playing, they would have had a chance.
That I agree with that.
ScriptedZach is a good player.
Sure is.
Trying to make it 60-71 and go for an onside kick. Pass incomplete. And
my takeaways from this game are Nebraska is definitely a real threat. We all thought of them as maybe a mediocre team. We all thought of them as maybe a mediocre team coming into this, but they are definitely a threat. They will make a deep playoff run, mark my words.
Again, the receiving core wins games.
That will end it. A statement win.
The receiving core wins games. And that's something that Kobe will never understand.
Did I disagree with that?
No, you were like, oh, QB, yay. That's what you were on about.
Well, I mean, you guys are clearly emphasizing that QB plays a big role in this, as Landon is terrible. And that's why
he is
Missouri
terrible.
will never be good.
Landon is not.
And that's why Missouri will never be good.
Right.
To
find a new quarterback.
I mean, if you're going to build a team around Landon, then you might as well just forfeit your games.
And it's intercepted. Hang on.
If you're going to make it to the playoffs, Landon will let his team go to the playoffs. He'll get his team to the playoffs, but he'll lose.
Hang on, they just got an interception. If they can score, get down the field quickly, and get a 2-point conversion, they might actually have a chance.
Tough, it's over. It's over.
It's unlikely, though.
With this team, they're probably not even going to score on this drive.
4-yard line.
I mean, yeah, just look where they are. Gotta watch the quick hike here, as he does just that. They're gonna hike the ball by chance.
I'm really glad to see a great defense and offense there.
Just gonna throw it to
the throw is overthrown.
Complete.
And that's the game, folks.
The game.
All right, peace out.